that between 3 and 4% of the population, both in Kansas and nationally, is, as it is known today, developmentally disabled. It is therefore incumbent on the rest of us to make proper provisions for the care, custody, and treatment for those less fortunate than we.
In Lawrence, our numbers would be considerably less, but our work there will be more intense. It would be a follow-through program for a number of children.
The institutional staffs in Kansas will, I believe, agree with me and share my high degree of satisfaction in the creation of these new facilities at Lawrence, Kansas City, and Parsons, which will open some doors and shine some light on new pathways to happier lives for a lot of little children.
I'm going to read first in Spanish and then I will give a brief summary in English.
You have two dimensions, of course, with film. You have a visual representation. At the same time, you can either have live sound of what's happening or you can have a voiceover.
just the notion of trying to do something that needed to be done, and then trying to add the research, the data, the scientific components as you could to them. Not only at studying things that you can put into a formal experimental design from the very beginning. I mean, that limits you to what you can do, but the notion of doing good and taking data, of trying to go ahead and into the notion of field research, but field research on really significant ongoing things. So that's been a kind of a strategic theme in my career, which is to go ahead and start things and do things and try to get a handle on, understand them, but also try to get a data handle on them so other people can understand what you did. You know, and the notion of action research, the field research, of doing it in the setting, in the context, action research on those things that need doing those things, trying to fix and solve and address things that need solving. At the same time, doing what you could to document and to put experimental designs and put reliable measurement onto what it is you were doing. Add those components.
Believe it is worth their time and effort to sponsor a place where a boy can have a second chance instead of being put behind bars. That's why and how the people of this community created Achievement Place.
These children are learning to spell in a new way within the traditional classroom structure. They're being tutored by each other.
This is the idea behind the peer tutoring spelling game established through the Juniper Gardens Children's Project in Kansas City, Kansas, which is administered through the University of Kansas Bureau of Child Research.
Joe Del Quadri, a director at Juniper Gardens, developed the tutoring method and explains its success.
In the past, when we've done research and made observations in the classroom, we find that on the average, kids from the first grade on up through the fourth grade will average about 20 seconds of oral reading time per day.
Charles Greenwood, another director at Juniper Gardens, discusses how this information is then applied.
In fact, the system draws a map of the day that relates what the teacher was doing with instruction and what the behavior of the child was at the same time. And so we're able to explore those maps using the computer to relate what works best. We can actually choose the kinds of activities that work best with students in terms of the behavior produced.
With the handicapped people. I know I'm handicapped, but I'd like to be involved in it because I feel like us handicapped people have a right to express the way we feel.
If you have labels put on different people who are disabled, then it gets kind of bad. But at Cottonwood and at the library, they show me that I'm someone who's special to them, and they don't feel like I'm I mean, they make me feel worthwhile.